Hello everyone, Don back again with the next progress report on the Corsair. Just wanted to show you what it looks like today. Same as it did yesterday, and about the same temperature. Actually, it's probably colder now. I'm out here and it's cold. It can't be 45 degrees out right now. But you can hear that. That means I got my carburetor parts today. Got it running. A little lean. We got 14.5 volts, water temp's about 100, coming up on 120, air fuel's running pretty good for the idle. We're at about 900 RPM. Turn everything off, the alternator's running. But that's it, folks. It lives. And to tell you the truth, it's running really, really good. I noticed that to get the air fuel at idle working good. The idle worked real good, but it was very, very sensitive. I mean, you just barely touch it, and it would change from a rich to lean. And I kept turning the screw down, leaning it out, and it got better and better, and got to where it is now. But the throttle, when I adjust the throttle screw, I was trying to bring the idle down, and it was completely out, and the thing was completely closed. And when that thing's closed, it's closed. There is no air getting through there. So that tells me that there is still a small leak somewhere. Now these couplers I put on here are just something I picked up at Lowe's because it was available and it was the closest thing I could find. It's a 2-inch coupler for PVC pipe. PVC pipe is 2 3/8 inch OD, and this is 2 1/4 inch. So this couple is about an 1/8 inch bigger than these tubes in my fittings. So as these tighten down, there's probably something leaking, possibly here, or this the shaft has some wear and it might be sucking a little air in there. I kind of doubt any of this stuff is leaking now, but what I'll do tomorrow is I'll hook up my smoke machine to this line in the intake, and I'll close the throttle all the way off, and I'll fill her full of air and see if it's leaking, or I'll start it up. I'll probably do both. I'll get out a propane torch, turn the gas on, and run it around here when it's idling and see if I can find out where this thing is sucking air. So it's got to be sucking air, but that's the best it's ever ran with a carburetor, and I tell you, it's running really good. The only problem is when I'm out here revving it by hand because I have no throttle cable, I can't see what the air fuel's doing. I can't see what the RPM is, so I have to make an adjustment, go look at it, come out, make an adjustment, go look at it. So it's back and forth, back and forth. But until I can get the throttle cable hooked up to my throttle quadrant, I'm not able to see what's going on. Now I can hook up my laptop because it's still running off of the computer. I can have it set in here and be able to work the throttle here while I'm watching the laptop. So, but tomorrow I'll do that. It's after 6 o'clock now. I just had a guy stop in. He's a follower on YouTube. He took in lives next town over in Fairview area, and his name is Kevin. He brought me over a couple of, he'd seen I was messing around with these throttle cables, and he had some old Bowden cables from ultralight that he used to have. So he brought them over and thought maybe I could use them for something, and he wanted to check out my plane while he was here. So it's got rod ends and everything on them, but these are going to be way too long for my setup here. But he said he used to fly Quicksilver ultralights, so those might have been some of the controls. I think a lot of the control systems on those were push-pull cables for the elevator and such. But he's retired now, and thank Kevin again for bringing those over. Appreciate it, and he was happy to come out and see the airplane. I started up for him. Started right up, so it's starting up good. So it's not breaking up. I just don't know what the air fuel ratio is doing. I did get my jet kit and everything today. Let me try this real quick. See what happens. Yeah, see, it's just idling. I got the idle turned down, so I think that little bit of a vacuum leak that affects it, because I was sitting here watching the air-fuel ratio go from like 13.5 to 13.6, 7, 8. It just kept creeping up while I was just sitting there idling. And then it finally plateaued out, about 14 something when it finally stopped climbing. And I was like, why is it doing that? And then when I turned the idle screw down to get it to under 1,000 RPM, it's basically the butterfly is completely closed. It's not even touching the stop screw. So that tells me it's getting some unmetered air in somewhere. Could be anything from here down, or it could be that one side of my shaft is worn. It could be sucking some air through there. But I mean, I was thinking, man, how is this thing even idling with that throttle completely closed? There's no holes in it. Some air can work its way around the butterfly and through on the shaft, because the shaft's cut out bigger, but that thing's pretty damn airtight. But it runs good, folks. It runs real good. I got my rebuild kit, and most of that stuff was pretty much kind of trash. There's the jet kit. I put a number 78 jet in it. It had a 74 in it, but until I can get back air and watch the air fuel when it's running and get her up into where the main jet starts flowing, I can't tell if it's rich or lean. And it's not going to be even worth dealing with until I get the prop on it. I got to get the load on there to really see the air fuel ratio. But be able to go from idle into the transient fuel, that's the primary metering jet. It's intermediate jet that's called. So if you go to rev it up and it goes rich or goes lean, that's the intermediate jet. That's these long tubes. So I've got a whole assortment of those to try if it's going lean or going rich as it accelerates. But so far it's working beautiful. You can hear it. Sounds good. It's not super warm, but and I had the idle turned way down, so I'm hitting the accelerator. And then the accelerator pump functions adjustable. The screw and springs came in the kit, so now I've got the screw in that. The new needle valve, put it in there and it wouldn't go in like a thread. And I'm checking it, and is it the right pitch and everything? It's like, no, it's fine. Then I tried screwing it in, and you can screw it in with a screwdriver, but it's too tight. If you're screwing it in with that tight, you're not going to tell when it hits the seat, and you could damage the seat. So I left the original one in. And then the O-rings that came for the plugs here, and that 90-degree elbow, that thing leaked. The gasket I put on here leaked. The gasket in here leaked. None of that shit seemed to fit. All the O-rings were too thin. They wouldn't seal up shit. So, but it was a cheap kit. I did get all new springs and everything out of it and little stuff. But I like that elbow, and I think it's a swivel part elbow that you can actually take it apart. There's a little circlip in there I can take out. But I think the O-ring on that's too small because it was leaking out of there. It was leaking out of everything was leaking that I tried changing. I switched a lot of it back, but the problem was for some reason those O-rings they use are too small. They're too thin. The cord thickness. So. Alright, I just wanted to make a quick video to let you guys see that. So I'm kind of stuck now. I'm going to have to go out and work tomorrow. I'm flat broke. I can't order anything. I need to get a throttle cable. What else I need to get? I need to get the correct size coupler to put on here. This is just temporary, just so I could run it. So this came today, the jet kit and the gasket kit all came today. So this is beautiful. This thing is nice. It sits about where I expected it to sit. The cowling, it should clear the cowling pretty good. Now if the air filter will clear, that'll be the next question. So I did find some screws that I can use in this, and the screw will go in there and catch. I've got some, they're like, I think they're 3/4 of an inch, but they're too long, 1 inch or 3/4, so I'll have to cut them off, and they're Allen wrench button head screws. As long as I can cut it so it's just long enough to put on the plate, it'll be good. But when I put it in there, I'm going to oil up the screw, spray some silicone or something on it, and I'm going to put some JB Weld in there, and then I'll screw that screw in there and let it make its own threads. And then I should be able to get it back out afterwards instead of trying to tap it. Because once you get in the bottom there, it's holding. But the screw needs to be exact length for it to work. It's just going to hold the air filter on and the other two. So I'll see what I'll probably go pick up a couple O-rings. I may eventually buy the actual S&S carb kit stuff for it, but right now I just wanted to get it on and get it running, and now you see it. But it is definitely running way better. It's the best it's run with the carburetor. and the throttle response real good. I was hitting it kind of quick there, but I think the accelerator pump might be blasting because it's on full accelerator shot right now, but until I can watch the air-fuel ratio to see how rich it's going, then you got to adjust this. But this basically just controls the duration of the shot, or how much it can give, the maximum it'll give, but it always gives the same amount initially. So what it needs is changeable jet sizes to fine-tune it to be right. But for a loud-ass Harley, you know, as long as it hits and goes, it's fine. But it's probably going very rich when that kicks. So you can adjust it and kick it down, but if you adjust it too far, it'll just promote a bog. This is just a bowl vent that gets vented overboard, so any fuel overflows, it'll vent out. So that'll have to be vented out and back behind the exhaust. So, all right, everybody, I'm just going to leave it there. I don't want this to run on too long tonight. Just wanted to show you that I got it running. Just need to get the correct size couplers on here, get my throttle cable all made up. The fuel enrichment worked. I pulled that open and I could hear the change in it, but I can't see the air fuel. So if I find this leak somewhere, get that patched up. But it may just be in this one of these couplers. But kind of hard. I don't know. Something's leaking. Could be the shaft. But as soon as I can find that, it runs real good and it starts real nice. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for this update. As always, appreciate everybody taking time watching my videos. And don't be leave any comments, questions, concerns, and don't be afraid to leave any comments as usual. All right, that's going to do her, and I'll get back to you guys in a couple more days. I doubt I'll have something for tomorrow. Like I say, I'm going to probably go out driving and get some money so I can order up some of this stuff, and I don't think there's anything else I can really deal with, but I can check and try and find this leak tomorrow before I go out or after I come back from driving. So, still waiting on my next Social Security check to come. I'm not sure when that's going to show up. It's been a month already, but I don't know if it's going to be here this week, next week, or if it'll be here next month. I don't know. All right, everybody, that's going to do it, and I will see you on the next one. Maybe Wednesday or so I'll have an update. All right, guys, thanks again, and we'll see you then.